What is going on YouTube? It's Tuesday and that means it's time for another What Sold video. And I'm just showing you the top items that I sold this past week. Items that you can be on the lookout for. And honestly, I was actually gone for like 4 days last week, but that really didn't slow down sales. I've got all of my listings promoted at 5%, so fees are a little high, but it's helped move some stuff out. And I've definitely had some interesting sales. So take a look. So this is a first for me. I bought and sold some makeup. Picked up this Urban Decay Nocturnal like eyeshadow box. They're brand new, sealed. Paid $2 a piece. I actually got 4 of them at a thrift store, so I only had to do one listing with a quantity, and the first one sold. Paid $2 and it sold for $27.50. So everything's paid for. Everything now is pure profit.
Today, 9th-ranked South Carolina against 7th-ranked LSU. The 43rd annual Mazda Gator Bowl Classic here on CBS.
So more vintage Carolina Gamecock stuff. This is a hat from the 1987 Mazda Gator Bowl. Paid $1 for it and it sold for $30. I keep finding this Carolina stuff and it sells so fast. I sold this in about a week, and this is actually a game that Carolina lost. So I don't know. People love this stuff. I may have mentioned these before, I honestly can't remember, but these Mr. Coffee Cocoa Motion machines always sell really quick. I paid $5 for this one from Goodwill, and it sold for $42 in about 4 days. So yeah, be on the lookout for these Cocoa Motion machines. So I've never seen Crocs with this crazy pattern before. They were definitely too cool to pass up, especially when they're only $3 at a little thrift store. Picked them up, listed them, and they sold in about a week for $37 on eBay. So I don't do a lot of ephemera. I think it's interesting, but sometimes it takes a long time to sell. But if you've got the space and the time, it can be a really low investment for some decent profit. Like I sold these 2 pieces of paper for $37. I've got maybe 10 cents into them. And what they are actually mailers that a Chevrolet dealership would mail out to someone back in 1956. This one tells you to check your mileage and talks about different mileage maintenance and what you should do at different miles. But also on the inside of each one, it tells you kind of a different lesson. Like this is different needles and pins you would use if you were sewing. This one talks about knife sharpening and the different stones you would use and different angles for different types of tools. Kind of interesting for sure. But like I said, I've got maybe 10 cents or a quarter into them, and they sold for $37. So if you've got the space and the time, ephemera can be pretty profitable. So Champion reverse weave, you can see the name there. Reverse weave sweatshirts and sweatpants can go for some crazy money. The older they are, the better. This is not a real old sweatshirt, but it still sold for $45. I only paid $3 at a thrift store. I'll throw some comps on the screen of some of the crazy prices that the older stuff goes for. Definitely be on the lookout for reverse weave. So these Coleman camp stoves can be worth some decent money. Unfortunately, this one was not in good condition. It was a little rusty. The plunger didn't work in the fuel tank, so that has to be replaced, and all of that definitely reduces the value. We only paid $5 for it at a garage sale, somewhere in there. It was a bulk buy that I got, and it had been listed for a while, so I took an offer for $64.50, so still a decent profit. Pro tip, if you can find the silver version of this, it's worth some really good money. It'll sell really quick too. I've actually found 2 of them. They both sold overnight. They both sold through the global shipping program, and I think I got like $200 for them. They're pretty good. So I love it when I can buy stuff for my kids. They play with it for a little while and then I can sell it for a great profit. I actually picked up this Nintendo DS last year at a garage sale. Paid $5 for it. I was actually walking up to the garage sale and somebody was looking at it, and the seller told her it was only $5 and she still put it down. Well, as soon as she put it down, I grabbed it, paid the lady $5 and took off. $5 for a Nintendo DS, didn't think it was a bad deal. My daughter played it for a year until she got her Switch for Christmas. I finally got it listed and it sold for $59.99. Not too bad. So you guys already know, Texas Instruments graphing calculators, they're worth good money and they sell really quick. This is a TI-84 Plus. Paid $5 for it from Goodwill and it sold for $58 in a couple hours. I had it listed for like $62.50. Somebody made me an offer, thought it was pretty reasonable for a quick clip, so I took it. But Goodwill actually made me work for it. They had this thing taped up. I'll throw a picture up here. I had to pull all the tape off, get all the residue off, wipe it down. It took some work, but 5 into 58 is not too bad. Zero Halliburton. That's who makes these big aluminum cases, and they are a BOLO, something to be on the lookout for. They sell super quick. Picked this one up from a garage sale. I believe I paid $3 for it. I've had it forever in my death pile. Finally got around to listing it, and it sold in 2 days for $74.99. Could have got more for it, but it's in pretty rough condition. It's got some dents and dings all over it. One of the feet is actually bent up here. So yeah, not bad for a $3 investment. This is the Panasonic DMR E55P, and that's a DVD recorder. Most of the time when you see a DVD recorder, it's got a VHS unit with it, like a combo unit, but this is a standalone DVD recorder and player. You can actually hook up a VHS or anything you want to on the input on the back, and it'll record it to a DVD. They are not as valuable as the combo units, but this one still sold for $80. It's actually the second time this one is sold. The first time the buyer didn't pay, so I relisted it, and it sold in a couple of days for $80. Paid $6 for it at Goodwill. Hello? Yes, I'd like to speak with someone in profits, please. So this is an automatic electric 183 Spacemaker telephone. Not sure why somebody would want this, but they did. And remember I told you my new motto, stay curious? Well, my stepdad was curious at a yard sale, and that's what made him pick this up. It looked weird, he was curious about it, so he grabbed it. He paid either $5 or $10, I don't remember, but I'll put it in the next slide. And it sold for $90. I actually had it listed for $105, but somebody sent me an offer for $90 after a couple of months. I'll take it. So it actually took a little bit longer than I thought to sell this crazy contraption. It's a back-to-life circular motion machine something. I'm not real sure. I'll let somebody else explain it to you.
Introducing the Back to Life 12-minute back pain solution. This extraordinary medical breakthrough is causing a sensation across Europe and is now available in the United States for the very first time. The amazing Back to Life focuses on the source of your back pain using a revolutionary new approach. It actually eases your pain naturally while you just lie back and relax.
But I paid $7 at a thrift store, and the sell-through rate on these are really good, but this one actually took about a month to sell, but it sold for $115. So here's a fun one for you. Coleman adjustable gas lantern, 2-mantle, 288A700 is the model number. I paid $7 for it from Goodwill. Opened it up, and come to find out it's actually brand new in the box. The box has definitely been opened, but everything on the inside, the dome is still wrapped in its protective gear, and the instructions and everything are in there. It's never been used. Paid $7 for it from Goodwill. Listed it on eBay for $125. It's been sitting forever. Finally decided to cross-post it. Listed it on Mercari and Facebook Marketplace, and it sold in like a week on Facebook Marketplace for $125. The even more fun part is that somebody actually decided to send me a message on Mercari where I had it listed for the same price, and this is what they wrote. It's pretty funny. So I sold a TV. This is a Memorex something or another model number. I'll put it here. But it's a VCR TV combo unit. And yes, gamers like to buy these because they like to play old games on them. But this one's a little different. It's actually AC/DC. That means you can play it plugged into a wall or hooked up to a battery. So people take them camping or they take them on their RV. And that's the keywords, RV, camping, that kind of thing. but I paid $5 for it at a garage sale, and it sold for $149 in 2 days.